Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. How are you, everyone? Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are thankful. Everyone is doing well. Bem-vindos, bem-vindos. Welcome. Hello, team. Oh my gosh. So, how are you guys doing today? Keep coming, keep coming. Hello, hello. Yes, you guys keep joining. If you are new here, I am Sinandra, your guide for mindset transformation. And you have officially arrived at our lunch break recharge live that happens every Saturday. So tell me where you're joining me from. I always love to see how far we are reaching. Tell me, where are you? I'm in Florida. Where are you in the chat here? Florida, Florida. Grab your drink, grab your food, and get comfortable. Oh, Florida. You're from Florida too. Yes, I have a lot of Florida team here. I have my team. Grab your drink. Yeah, get comfortable. We are turning down the volume of, the world right now and tuning up in the focus of you. Yeah, you is all about you. This is your moment to find peace and reconnect with you. This life is always here, so you can return to this message when you need it. I'm going to ask all of you to take a deep breath in and exhale. Yes, just be in this moment. In today's life, we are activating the frequency that rewires your life in your reality. Today, I want to bring like three powerful principles for you to reflect on and also integrate these principles into your journey, into your health, into your relationships, into your work, in your life's evolution. We are really kicking off over here in the US the holiday season, right? So we have our traditions, our family situations, um, divorce families, happily married families. So within this season, each of us are going through something. Sometimes it's just magical moments. Sometimes it's a lot of challenges. And that leads to our evolution, right? All everything that makes us us. And today I want to step in a moment of deep alignment with you. A moment really designed to anchor the new version of you so strongly that returns to old patterns. Like I wanted today to be like the mark that return to those old patterns is not even possible. Okay, so this life, it is about rewriting your reality. And how do we do that? How do we rewrite our reality, right? uh, we do it by creating habits that interrupt the mind's autopilot and invite a new level of awareness into our lives. Let me give you an example. An example that I believe a lot of us lives in that example. Imagine waking up every morning and immediately grabbing your phone, connecting to your emails, to your social media, to your all the notifications in your phone. So your brain receives a surge of stress, chemicals, stress hormones before your feet touch the ground. So now you're going to take a deep breath in and you're going to imagine start your day with a 2 minute intention breathing exercise instead. This small habit begins to retrain your nervous system to respond, not to react, to enter the day from clarity instead of chaos or all those hormones already driving your day. So, if you are ready to take this mindset, this energy a little bit deeper, in my 101 coaching program, we apply the practice that I'm going to tell you about today in a personalized way, helping you break old emotional patterns, rewire your self image, and build new habits that actually stick, even when you are busiest, you know. So, and I have also a group workshop that's called Flow Within, and during this workshop, we explore these exactly tools to help you identify the blocks that you live in your subconscious and reset your energetic baseline. In this workshop, we build a mindset that supports the life you are calling in. You don't just learn the principle, you experience these shifts in real time throughout practices that we do it together. And if you're ready to stop operating on autopilot and start deliberately creating your reality, these programs were designed for you. My information is in the chat. Now let's go back to our live message here. And I want to look with you at quantum physics, okay? Quantum physics has already shown us that neuroscience, what neuroscience confirms, right? Our reality is energy, and our energy shift based on our thoughts, the thoughts we repeat, and the emotions we practice, right? This means our world is not fixed or set. It's a living field of possibilities, responding to our inner internal state, to our energy. And the question is, why do we repeat the same patterns? Why? What keeps our reality stuck in loops in the frequency we vibrate at? The emotional baseline our brain and body are addicted to. It's not the external world that traps us, not the people we blame, not the circumstances we judge. Everything that limits us is in the internal world, our thoughts, our habits, and the emotions we rehearse daily, right? So let me give you an example. You want to you want a healthier relationship, but you keep choosing partners who treat you like your past relationships. Why? Because your nervous system is familiar with chaotic love. Even if hurts, that partner persists until you change the frequency you bring into relationships. So let's shift to professional, okay? You want a promotion, but every time leadership offers you visibility, you step back. You say you are not ready. Your skills are not the issue. Your identity, the internal story, is what is holding you back. Your external career reflects the inner beliefs you have not upgraded yet. And this brings us to our first pillar, like our first pillar, I like to call principle of transformation. The part that most people reflect, like the part that most people resist is radical responsibility. Your life and everything that exists in your life is your responsibility. So most people blame outside what is outside of them. My mom teach me this. My ex-husband, the father that abandoned me, the family that betrayed me, the boss that does not recognize them, right? But the external world is a materialization of your internal world. Taking responsibility does not mean that you need to blame yourself for everything. It means calming your mind and intentionally claiming the power to change what you already create this far. So when we look at outstanding brains in teachers like Einstein, Gandhi, Jesus, Buddha, every great teacher understood this. Knowledge transform nothing until it's integrated into your vibrational behavior and your choices. So 98% of people learn, go to school, master's degree, certifications, but they do not integrate, right, in their lives. They consume, they know how to do a diet, but they are 25 pounds overweight, but they don't really embody their learnings, right? 98%. That's a big number. They know the law of attraction, but they do not live in alignment with it. So I want you to ask yourself, if you have been studying transformation for years, why hasn't your life changed yet? Because you have not yet shifted your vibrational signature, your baseline. Today, we begin that shift. The moment you and I choose to stop living from our past and begin living from our future, magic happens. So, to do that, we must rewrite the deepest blueprint of all. And that brings us to principle two, that it is rewrite your identity. Because honestly, if you reflect, the brain cannot outperform your self image. So when we rewrite our self image, our identity, that's when the brain follows us, right? So neuroscience shows that the brain has a self image thermostat, like your air condition, like your oven. You will never behave or receive beyond the level of identity you believe you deserve. Let me give you an example here. You want financial freedom, but your inner identity is still like vibrating on that child that her money is hard. People like us don't get rich. Your brain will sabotage abundance until you rewrite the identity that holds your financial ceiling. Another example here, you want to be seen as a leader, but you still see yourself as the helper, the doer. How do you see yourself? Leadership is not a title, it's an identity shift. Your brain must internalize before the world can reflect it back, right? This principle invites you to ask, who is the version of me that is already living the life I desire? That's a great question to always come back to. And another one is, what does that version believes, choose, and prioritize? Let that sink in for a moment. And as you let that sink in, I'm going to bring us to principle three, that it is master emotional recalibration. Your emotions build your future, right? Build your present moment. Your brain has, I believe, 85 billion neurons, constantly rewriting, rewiring based on your emotions. Those emotions you repeat. High frequency emotions expand your possibilities. And I'm going to tell you which ones to tap into: gratitude, courage, clarity, love, faith. Lower frequency emotions limit your possibilities, and they are resentment, fear, anger, comparison, shame, avoidance. I'm going to give you an example. Every time you practice gratitude intentionally, not as a checklist, but as you being you strengthen neural pathways that increase resilience and opportunity of recognition. Okay. So you're going to recognize those opportunities when you're more grateful than you are more angry. Let me give you a professional example here. When you shift from fear based productivity, like I have to prove myself, to purpose based performance, I'm here to contribute, showing my value, showing value to my team. Your brain activates creativity and solution focused thinking, these skills that moves career forward, right? So emotional recalibration is like a bridge between who you were yesterday and who you are becoming today. So, as you go on with your weekend and your week, I want you to take these two practice to help you rewrite your identity. Okay. So, the first one is identity rehearsal. This is like a neuro simulation. Okay. This is a neuroscientific technique that elite athletes, CEOs, and even NASA experts use. And you heard about this like 500 times, but you're not using it. And the goal today is to not go back to old patterns, is to move forward. So add this one to your life and try, not once, not one time, like give yourself a month to try this. Every morning, close your eyes. You can put a meditation music or not, but close your eyes for 3 minutes and simulate the version of you who already has the outcomes you desire. Um, this is a process you need to do constantly with intention. Ask yourself as you're doing it, how does my future self walk in a room? What decisions does this version of me make without hesitation? What habits are non-negotiable for my future self? How does my future self speak? How I breathe? How I resolve problems? You are literally during these 3 minutes rehearsing a new neurocircuit. The brain does not know the difference between the future and now. Uh, so this is the way that you will uh, wire both, like your brain, your experience, as a real life rehearsal. This practice reset your identity thermostat from the inside out, making you become the real identity. And that brings to us the practice too, that it is the identity audit, when you can rewrite your internal labels, right? Your identity lives inside the labels you have accepted over time. Many of these labels that you tell yourself, they are unconscious. So this one must be done at least for 7 days. And you need to track these statements. So it's important that you get into the habit to get a book, a gratitude book, a journal, and put today is November 29, and I just realized that I said I'm not good with money, or I always attract the wrong partners. I am not leadership material. You have to be always conscious of what you're putting out there. I'm not, I'm too emotional, or I'm just a support person. So each time one of these labels appears, rewrite it in a real time using identity language, the right one. You would say, I am learning to manage money with clarity and confidence instead of I'm not good with money. You would say, I'm becoming someone who attracts emotionally in like healthy partners. I am stepping into leadership with courage and strength instead of saying I'm not a leadership material. Um, Another one for you to digest and replace. I am someone who uses emotional intelligence as a superpower. This exercise trains your brain to reject the old labels and build new neural pathways aligned with your future self, with who you are becoming. Now, to create a new internal signature, so your frequency becomes your future. Let's be intentional and responsible about our thoughts, okay? Our emotions and our habits. And I want you to come back to this life anytime you feel that maybe I should rewrite how my frequency is showing up in the world, in my meetings, with my family, with my children. So let's reflect on this. A new life requires a new internal state. You cannot have a new life thinking thoughts of being dimming your light. So you need a new internal state, a new pattern, and a new vibration, and a new emotional baseline. You cannot create a future from the emotions of your past. You cannot create expansion from a nervous system stuck in survival. This is where true transformation begins. So, as you move on with your week ahead, and now that you gather all this new information, you received this today, I'm asking you, step into your next level, the frequency that brought you here. You are here because you like my lives, and I'm always bring you a perspective to bring you to your next level. And this is done organically, not by like wishing for change, but by embodying the change. You are stepping into the version of you who no longer negotiates with old patterns, and today you sealed the beginning of your new life. So I want you to carry this new perspective and new learnings with you in every interaction this week. Um, I want to thank you, all of you that always spend 25 minutes of your week with me, spend your lunch with me. For you that is going to watch this message later, just take these words, these learnings, and adapt in what you identify that fit in your journey. Thanks for all of you that are donating to our channel so we can continue bringing this free content to you. I really appreciate each one of you, and I will see you next Saturday in the same time, 12:30. We start our lives, and I hope you find this information, this perspective valuable. Have a great weekend, and I see you next Saturday.